Konnichiwa. This is an early access game. The music only loops once, and never ever again. You would think that would be one of the first things you program in. But you would be wrong. You would be painfully and embarrassingly mistaken if that was something you assumed, that you were going to listen to music the whole way through. No, you are not going to listen to music. Music are for the special chosen ones, and not, as it turns out, for you. This is Nuclear Option, and despite its slightly less than amazing self-introduction, it's actually a pretty damn cute little idea. Oh, heavens. Right. So, it's early access. It is very early access. It only has a little smattering here of various missions and tutorials to begin with. That's all it's got right now. A couple of single missions, and then one more more interesting, large-scale war. So this is by far the most intriguing game mode right here, where this is like the bread and butter of the game, where eventually you will be able to fight full-scale wars whilst taking part in the wars actively. Think of kind of like Carrier Command on steroids, which is, oh boy, that's a very intriguing idea, isn't it? It's a very, very intriguing idea indeed. We can have a quick little look at the relaxing bridge defense mission first, to give you a quick little idea, and then we'll do one of the like big fighty, battle-y, thingity-bob mission thingy-bobs. Yes, that's what we wanted to know. A column of enemy vehicles is approaching the bridge to Buscali Island, preventing them from crossing and doing damage to BFD facilities. The severely enhanced ship has been commandeered as forward arming and refueling point. So I am currently in one of the stupid little pusher aircraft, I think. Yes, indeed. Be aware, the game's volume is going to change drastically and suddenly, depending upon where I am in the game world at the time. I believe this fairly retarded vehicle is called a Cricket. It's very dumb, and I don't like it very much. It is armed with a 12.7mm machine gun, AGR-18 linchpins, which I have not the faintest clue what is, and AGM-48 optical missiles. So I'm presuming the other ones are probably dumbfire missiles, I'm guessing. The control schemes are a bit weird. You can control with the mouse and keyboard, thank God. The mouse controls is, you can see the cursor moving away from the dead center point there. That's a weird way of doing things, and I'm not entirely convinced that I enjoy that way of doing things, but, you know, here we are. As the combination of the keys are, frankly, a little bit fucking retarded to me. Alright, we're gonna pop on. Actually, this is not going to work at all, is it? No, this isn't going to work at all. Right, we're just going to fly right past here and hope to not get shot down by the enemy anti-air battery that just locked onto me and fired at me right there. That was unfortunate. You're going to be hearing lots of loud bleeping noises throughout this playthrough as well. That's what modern combat aircraft do. They beep and they bloop and they beep insistently to let you know whether or not you're about to, I don't know, ram into the ground, for example. General issue stuff like that. Alright. I was hoping to get some actual weapons off there, but no. Mission failed. I feel as if I should have not done that until I'd actually gotten to them. I was thinking like, oh, I'll just pop over there. No. Oh, then I'll just go around. Oh, wait, that's an open area. I guess I'll be shot down then. Yes, indeed. Right, a brief introduction. Let's forget that ever happened and go to Escalation instead. Let's forget all about that. We are going to be fighting for Hamas, of course, which is these guys right here. They're the bad guys because they're red. Right, let's try that again. Let's go with the little cricket thingy again, but guided missiles, yes. Just lots of guided missiles, in fact. Sandoom donates $2 to say, does the Imperium have craft that use nuclear arms? Nuclear weapons? Yes, it does. I mean, it's one of their primary planetary bombardment weapons, in fact. Right. Now, this is, again, one of the large-scale maps. So you can see the entire map here is the fighting area. And there should be a fair few bunch of evil blue people over in that general direction over there. And it's my job to go and bomb the evil blue people before they infringe upon our red people freedoms. Now, this is also a game mode in which you will level up actively, so that you will eventually unlock bigger and better aircraft, and you'll just begin with, again, these stupid little crickets, which I hate vehemently. There's a radar installation over there, but I'm not actually going to care too much about the radar installation to begin with. You can see the information on screen. To the right hand there, you have your climb rate, and to the left, you've got your speed. Let's see, AGMs, opticals, and the machine guns. Right, let's lock in the 6 opticals first, as there should indeed be ground vehicles over yonder. The lead aircraft is already beginning to fire something over at what I presume to be a AA system over there, or a directional system. Mobile air defense, indeed. Yep, okay, well, we're not going to worry about that then, because that's what our friend is shooting at. Although I think his stuff just got shot down, so that could be a slight impediment and complication on our mission. There's also... what's that? Is that an enemy cricket? That's an enemy cricket, carrying on a little bit of air defense. I'm hoping it wasted all of its ammunition on killing my friend there, so it won't be quite as good at killing me, I hope. Although, I think I'm about to be strafed by about 2 enemy hostiles, which could prove unfortunate. Yes, indeed. Right, never mind that. Never mind. Never mind. We've got enemy vehicles to attack. Oh, far too close range.
Missile alert.
Missile alert indeed. Oh my god.
Stall. Stall. Missile stall.
I think we have bigger problems than stalling. Right, perhaps not bringing any anti-air weaponry was in fact a mistake. Maybe, possibly. RMS S1, what even is that? Now, one of the things this game is, again, in early access, is that you don't actually know what you're loading onto your aircraft, which is slightly unfortunate in certain occasions. But I am betting that the IR stands for infrared. I mean, this is probably an English, and an infrared anti-air missile. At least that is my educated assumption, based on absolutely nothing but the 2 first letter in the thing's name, frankly. The Cricket is not a very good ground attack vehicle, but it is what we've got. To be fair, it wasn't even the ground defenses that murdered me there. It was the 2 aircraft currently hovering up on my ass and attempting to shoot me down, which they did successfully. AI isn't bad, honestly. The AI is actually rather good. I have had some rather unique moments where the AI have been able to gun me down mid-turn while strafing me with gun ports, so it's not bad. That and the... oh, God. Oh boy. Okay, we've got a Cricket. Ooh. Yep. That's what we call a slightly stern turn right there. You shouldn't do it, by the way. There's a Cricket. Let's pull out our landing wheels, shall we? That way, my weapons will unlock, and I will be able to fire one, presumably, IR missile in the direction of the Cricket. It deploys... well, that went also very, very goddamn well, didn't it? Sadness. It deploys flares which spoofs both the IR missiles, meaning that I'll just take a bunch of 50 cals to the face. As unlike me, the AI is capable of flying, you know, straight. So far, not so good, honestly. Frontline Texan 21 doing his $10. Say, hi Arch, love your content, looking forward to the restarting of Terra Invicta. Also, any idea how long until we get video on Silent King or more Necron lore? Not immediately, but there will be more of it eventually. As to precisely when, well, that's the part I don't know. I don't really plan too much ahead when it comes to the lore videos, but we'll get back to it at some point, no doubt. Oh, gosh darn it. Yet again, we have enemy air superiority being annoyingly effective at what they do. We've got another cricket over yonder. We are going to lock onto that. And we are going to fire one. And that IR missile is unlikely to get a good hit. He is spoofing it, indeed. There you go. And I am not going to continue going for him because I know what happened the last time we tried that.
Fire is the answer.
Instead, I'm going to lock up 4 targets for the ground missiles. There indeed comes the shit. Continue to dump flares, but the flares did absolutely nothing in my case. Lovely. The flares are fairly effective, but they are not always effective. To be fair, I should have decreased my throttle there as well, which I didn't do. But I was thinking that a pusher aircraft couldn't possibly produce that much in the way of, oh, you know, engine heat. Apparently that is one nuance that the game is not yet quite appreciating. Oh, god damn it. Well, I've done a thing. We're just gonna get out here and walk. One other little early access thing is that if you turn slightly too early, you will actually catch your wings on these things right here. And if you do, well, your aircraft has no way of actually reversing, you see. And so if you do that, well, you're stuck forever. Which is slightly unfortunate. Oh god, early access video gaming. I really hope also they introduce some form of mild autopilot assist, because, oh my god, I really do despise the mix of keyboard and mouse controls, where basically if you move your mouse, you will begin wiggling the aircraft around outside of the dead zone. So you've got to keep your mouse perfectly centered into the middle of the screen. Otherwise, you'll begin adding input, which means that if you're in the middle of a turn, you're actually going to disjoint your aircraft slightly, making it very difficult to return, you know, control of the aircraft, which is less than ideal. I also wouldn't mind a slightly more effective scrolling system for getting to enemies. Alright, we've actually got an AA system right there, which I should probably lock up first, if I can, you know, select it. There we go. Let's fire an optical missile at that to knock it out. You can see it on the screen down there, and that's an impact. That one was just taken out. We have an enemy helicopter there, 10 kilometers away. Let's peek up a little bit, because I think that might get cover under the mountains. That's going to expose me to some radar and infrared as well. It's quite far away.
Lost.
Not getting a good lock on. There we go. Let's fire the second IR missile at it as well. What is that precisely? That is something in cover. Right, let's not worry about that then. We've got a AA system there. We're going to fire both optical missiles at it. And we're actually going to fire 2 more opticals to try and outmaneuver the AA defenses. Clear that. Lock on this one too. Fire the other optical. Right, we knocked out a armored fighting vehicle. That was presumably the anti-air defense. We're going to get lucky with the second optical, heading towards the mobile air defense.
Missile alert.
Oh, it's found me. Okay, we spoofed its missile.
Alert.
And that was the impact of our optical ordnance, which seems to have not hit diddly dick of anything, which is mildly unfortunate, frankly. Anything about to shoot me? No. Okay, let's go back to base and rearm then. Do excuse the extraordinarily loud noises. That is the video game informing me that I'm about to die horribly because something has locked onto me. That's again what combat aircraft do. They're loud, very loud. Gail Bernard wants to say, Arch is the only non-anime girl streamer I will watch play video games. Maybe he's cute, I don't know. I feel attacked, honestly. And now we're going to do one of the hardest things in any video game ever. Getting off the ground is fairly simple. Getting back to the ground, well, that's goddamn difficult, so let's see if we can manage. We're coming in about a few hundred kilometers per hour too fast, which is not great. Luckily, the game does have fairly simplified landing physics, so presuming I can actually get somewhere near the landing strip, I've actually got a decent chance of putting this thing down in what can somewhat appreciably be considered one relatively rough, okay, adjacent-ish piece. I do wish we had something like a altimeter to tell me when I'm about to impact on the ground. Right, there we go. We did break up our nose wheel, of course, but, you know, that doesn't really matter, does it? No, I don't think so. Is that close enough to, you know, get some stuff back? Of course it isn't. Of course not. Of course not. Well, I guess we'll get out and walk. Successful sortie, plus 2.5 points. See? I knew it. It was a successful sortie. That was what we in the biz call an effective landing right there.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Let's see. We've unlocked some new aircraft. The Compass. Okay. We've got IR missiles. Let's get a couple of those. We've got a slightly larger aircraft now, which is nice. The enemy's already got bombers, mind you, because, well, they're earning points a lot quicker than I am, which is not great. But yeah, something like an altimeter would be lovely, as I don't really think there is one at the moment. So, you know, something like, hey, you're about to hit the ground, that would be worthwhile, in my opinion. Right, there's a bomber off to our right, which we should probably try to shoot down. Now that we are in something... I don't even think this is a fighter. I think this is actually a big, fat, semi-ground attacker, but it'll do fairly well against a big, dumb, slow-moving bomber. Right, there we are. 25mm rotary cannon. You know, I'm feeling spicy today. Notice how the glare is actually blocking out the instrument panel. That's really cool as well. Now, obviously, on an actual proper aircraft, you'd have anti-glare tech on your, you know, vital panels and instruments, but oh well, details. I do believe somebody just stole my kill. Well, fuck you too, whoever did that. God damn you and everything for which you stand, most wholesomely. We have something else over there, a enemy compass coming in. Oh no, I got the kill, yay! Fair and square is what we call that. Right, he's just taken off. We're gonna pop one IR missile in his general direction. I'm beginning to get locked up by enemy radar, which I'm not entirely sure I appreciate. What's that? Uh-oh. How did you switch between the things again? That's how you switch between the things again. Indeed. Alright, spoofed with the radar lock. That's quite neat. We didn't explode. It did burn a lot of my anti-radar juice, but hey, it's better than exploding, isn't it?
Missile alert.
A missile alert, indeed.
Missile alert.
Okay, that's infrared. So we need the anti-IR, which is flares. Judging by the distance, I'm presuming that it was that aircraft we shot at a bit earlier who is out for a bit of revenge. Alright, let's reduce our throttle. Wait until I get a bit closer, and then start popping countermeasures. Both IR missiles have been spoofed.
Missile alert.
More IR missiles, okay. Spoofed again. What's that? That's 12 kilometers away. That's 7 kilometers away. That's a cricket. Right, let's fire our infrared missile at it. Load up the rotary cannon. It's going to take some evasive maneuvers
Missile
there.
alert.
IR again. Okay. Deploy countermeasures. Now, getting into a dogfight with these things is about the worst idea in the entire goddamn universe, so we're gonna try not to.
Left and
Oh, nope. Yeah, getting in a gunfight with anything is absolute suicide. The AI is a lot better than you at the video game, unfortunately. I ironically think that they're going to have to nerf the AI a little bit. Because the AI is very, 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 very good. Taken down by a helicopter, indeed. I want to fly higher so that I can actually try and boom and zoom them a little bit, but with this much radar AA in the area, going high is not actually the best idea in the book. Because it's going to get you locked up by a lot of shit and then killed violently. Okay, we have a mass of enemy missiles and vehicles and aircrafts and all kinds of things awful over there. That's the helicopter that killed us last time. And a fighter jet. Oh boy. Right. I'm going to pop off a very speculative missile in the direction of the helicopter and one in the direction of the fighter jet. Now, again, trying to get to these guys in any sort of a dogfight or a gunfight is a terrible idea. He is turning away from my IR missile, which might give me an opportunity. Unless his helicopter buddy simply tears me from the sky as I'm trying to chase him, which is entirely possible. The aiming system is interesting. It's the little circular reticle that's your actual aim, but again, due to the dead zone, it's really difficult to fucking aim because you're never actually just aiming at the, like, reticle. You're aiming... How do I put it? Like, you're aiming... You see the long thing, right? That's what you're actually aiming at. That's your actual aim that moves the aircraft. And that's also how you have to aim. So you kind of have to try and drag your vision on top of the enemy and then adjust your actual aim, which is static in the center. It's...
missile alert.
weird. In the extreme. I'm not a massive fan of it. I feel like they should either give you a hard mouse aim mode instead of like the dead zone mode, because you can see I turn faster if I go further away and slower if I go closer, and instead just make that all down to the the mouse movements instead of the dead zone. I feel like that would be more effective, or at the very least far more to my taste. Right, we have the compass. It came in for a landing. I kind of want to try and yeet him on the ground, but... Alright, we've got 2 targets there. We're going to pop up over here to fire them, which is immediately going to result in that. Yep. But with a little bit of... nope. They both flew massively over the enemy. Nice. The optical missiles in this game, sometimes, some fucking times. It's like, yes, we're optical missiles, we're self-guided. Oh, what's that? We're just gonna go over here now. The Bickering Dirt Bunch donates $20 to say, get in Blondie. Thank you, Kibbs. We will be raiding into Kibbs' stream in a short bit. I'm just doing this as a little bit of a show-off of this video game and to drive a little bit of traffic in Kibbs' way as he's doing his big sponsorship stream today. Definitely don't miss out on that for Galactic Civilizations. Lurker donates 10 Polish dollars, I think. Polish Latvians, Northern Agent, and yeah. Altimeter is on the right side. RXM is to the ground. Right side. Oh, thank you. That's very useful. I think the only thing I've shot down so far is severely injured bombers, and I wouldn't want to break that habit, so let's shoot down another severely injured bomber. Actually, you know what? I feel like he's maybe dead already. Yeah, no, he might already be a little bit gone. Fair enough. Fair enough. He looks a bit gone.
Missile alert.
Infrared from 12 kilometers away. Boy, something's aggressive over in that general direction. What is it? Is it the compass? It's probably the compass. It's flying low beneath the mountains right now. I'm presuming it's going to be popping up in a moment, though. Let's keep our throttle low a little bit there. I kind of want to try and ambush it, if at all possible. Without bouncing up over the hill here, which I'm going to have to. Okay.
Missile alert.
Yep, that's going to draw some attention. That's active radar on me right there, so... Nope, the jam did absolutely nothing for that. Oh, God. The jamming achieved diddly dick nothing. It really is just a war of attrition right here, because right over the mountains, there is masses of enemy anti-air, and right over here, there are masses of enemy anti-air, so you can see the enemy gets shot down en masse, and then we fly back against the enemy and get shot down en masse, as we engage in a nice little meat grinder exercise. Oh boy, okay, we're turning a little bit off the hardtack there, not ideal. That, and I'm slightly off-center on my reticle thingy. That is not what I wanted to do at all. There we go. Again, it's a relatively basic test mission, but man, this has the potential to be so goddamn interesting, doesn't it? Like, add in... Oh, boy, they've got actual, like, jet fighters now. I was so surprised by that. I almost crashed my aircraft, right? Fire off the IR missiles against it. Give him one, see if he spoofs it. He does not. Give him another one, see if he wants to spoof that.
Missile alert.
IR missiles. Okay, well, that splashed him. Decrease engine output. Begin deploying IR flares. Missile spoofed. Nicely done. Try and keep low so that I don't get noticed by anything else. Now, I've got assloads of optical weapons on this thing, but I'm not actually attacking any targets that use optical weapons, so maybe we should go find some ground targets to strike. That seems advantageous. Let's see, there's a low terrain over in this direction. We're going to try and use that. The game does use realistic radar tracking, etc. So, if you're flying radar cannot spot you, as it actually needs to be able to bounce radar waves off your ass in order to kill your ass, naturally. The enemy will also not be able to see your approach unless they can see you on radar, or unless they've got a visual lock-on of you. So if you can fly low enough, the enemy can't actually lock on and kill you. And that, of course, might require some creative flying, and with the weird controls, that can be a interesting experience. Okay, we've got a enemy radar system 14 kilometers up ahead. Kinda want to try and kill that if at all possible, because I'm getting slightly sick of getting my ass blasted out of the sky by long-range radar missiles, if I have to be entirely honest with you. I do notice a cricket on the map veering towards me. I feel as if it might have noticed my whereabouts here. So, when you're doing this in multiplayer, you will actually want to have, like, multiple teams carrying out infiltration missions, attacking ground radar or installations, or peeling away anti-air, etc. There will eventually be... There we go. Oh my heavens, oh my Jesus, oh my God, Lord Almighty, mighty. Right.
Missile alert.
In fucking deed. Missile alerts, indeed. I imagine there's going to be multiple missile alerts, honestly. Alrighty then. Well, that was more or less a one-way trip, indeed. But, hey.
Engine fire.
We killed a couple of their things. And my aircraft don't cost money. You know, I actually consider that a mildly successful raid. Now, let's see. We're ranked 3 now, so we can get access to some of the cuter stuff. Like the Revoker, an actual air interceptor. Right, that will give us access to radar missiles. Now, that's a lot cuter right there. So let's go a full radar loadout. Because a bunch of kids don't say no, Blondie, don't do it 9/11. I don't know. You know, after everything, 9/11 is starting to look like a better and better deal to some. The game, of course, also differentiates between the various types of... That's a parking spot. That's not a takeoff thing at all. That's a parking spot. Over there's the runway. Right, lovely.
Heresy is the question. Fire is the
What was I
answer.
about? Oh, yes. The game also has realistic weapon systems. So the IR, the infrared missiles, is your basic bitch, close-in range, absolutely garbage, useless anti-air weaponry. Optical missiles, of course. Is that the long end of the runway, or is that the short end of the runway? I honestly can't tell, and honestly at this point, I barely even care. It looks to have been the short end of the runway, but long enough. Lovely. And it also has radar-guided weapons, which are the much better ones, actually capable of shooting down enemies without allowing them to, you know, avoid super easily. Now, in multiplayer, again, what you could have entire campaigns of this, and I think they mentioned something about adding in essentially a RTS mode, almost, where you'll also have, like, factories on your side producing tanks. You can see little blue icons on the map, producing tanks to go attack the enemy, whilst the enemy is going to be producing their own tanks to go and attack you, and so on. Like, that is so goddamn cool. Right, we've got a radar lock on an enemy ground attack vehicle, a compass, so we're going to fire off one missile right there. Our weapon is marked in blue. It's homing in on the enemy. He is engaged in evasive maneuvers. Looks like he managed to spoof that one, so we're going to fire off a second one. We've got another cricket there as well. We're going to fire a separate radar lock against him. There we go. We got the compass nicely. We are being attacked by other radar weaponry. Probably from the Dark Reach, if I was to guess. Start activating my own jamming systems. Nope, my jamming achieved absolutely nothing. Jamming is, of course, a bit of a crapshoot. Sometimes your jamming is going to be very effective, other times your jamming is going to be absolutely useless, as demonstrated there. But we did knock out the bomber as well. So knocking out a ground attacker and a bomber, not a terrible day. Imagine this with like 10 people aside, right? So you've got people engaging in air superiority, you've got people engaging in seed, as there will be anti-radiation missiles as well, let's not tip. Engaging in anti-ship strikes, as there will also be naval vessels in the game. Like, my god, I am loving the ideas of this game so much. Lurker, $25 Polish something or other, to say N in PLN stands for new currency. It's called gold, so PLN is Polish new gold. We had to reboot currency after the commies. Well, that's pretty cool. I wish my currency was gold.
Question. Fire is the answer.
Ah, yes, no. See, flares don't do diddly dick against a radar missile. Not a thing. Flares work against infrared missiles, so IR missiles. It does not do shit against semi-active or active radar homing. Against those, you've got to use the radar jammer. So you can see in the top right corner, you can switch between IR flares and the radar jammer. And considering the range, we're going to select the jammer. We have a cricket of all things. Well, punt off a radar missile towards the cricket and see if its radar jamming will save it. I hope not, frankly. You can also shoot down enemy incoming missiles, as you've also got bombers in the game. Oh, that's looking good, actually. Was that a strike? I think... Yeah, that was a strike. I didn't need the second missile. The first one tore its wings off. It just took a moment before it died. Right, we've got a helicopter there. We're going to plonk another radar missile in its general direction. And we're going to take a little bit of a turn, as the helicopter should be a pretty easy target for the radar missile. Book. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Open up the map, see if there's anything else cute in the area. There is a cricket that is currently being engaged in what appears to be a gun battle with a friendly bomber. Alright, okay, well, I mean, if you want to. We have two other aircraft over there. We can also double lock them, which will fire one whip-fire weapon against each. And there we go, there's IR flares coming my direction, so we are going to reduce engine speed. And we go a little bit lower, and we're going to punt down some flares to avoid that one. Nicely done. Right, do a little bit of a turn. What happened to those two targets? Very little of note, it seems. Alright. Let's get out two more IR missiles, one towards each, and we'll keep a little bit of an eye on what's going on here.
Missile alert.
More IRs. Okay, never mind. Turning away. Dumping flares. Spoofed. Still no satisfying little kerplonk of impact, though, which disappoints me tremendously. Alright. Lock that up. What is it? It's a compass, a ground attacker. Right, fire one more radar missile towards it. Their jamming has been annoyingly successful so far, I must say. Hopefully this one will do better. And yes, it does. A nice strike there. Right, we're out of radar missiles. I can see a cricket behind me. Yep, I can indeed. Don't want to engage in a battle with a cricket, honestly, unless I can get altitude on it. I don't know if I want to get altitude on it, though, because if I get altitude on it, I'm going to get a lot of radar on my ass. Let's see. Okay, no one lives forever, right? Let's try and gun battle the cricket, shall we? That means I'm going to need altitude, because it's going to outturn me like nobody's goddamn business. And luckily, we're in jets now, not in War Thunder, so you can climb like an absolute motherfucker, no questions. Let's see, where's the cricket? There's the cricket. The cricket is staying low. Presumably it's got some IR or something that's going to try and screw me over with. Right. We should be able to outclimb the cricket like it's nobody's business. So we're just going to get a nice bunch of altitude. And then try and dive down on it, hoping that it doesn't manage to AI spike my ass. I'm very much so thinking that that is going to be what happens. Oh, it's not blackout. Be unfortunate considering the particular circumstances. There's the cricket. Alright, we're not going to get that run, so we're going to swoop up and out. Cricket's going to try and spike me, but I don't think he's going to have... No, he's got nowhere near the engine power to do that. Right, we're just gonna turn right on over. And just quietly and nicely attempt to slot in behind it. Ah, the aiming system is a pain in my butthole! Right. Turn up, afterburner, boost away. This is bullying, and make no mistake about it. This is cruel and unusual punishment, both for me and the cricket, honestly. For the cricket, it's cruel and unusual punishment because, well, it's a little bit sad as to what's exactly going on here. It doesn't really have... It's a tiny little pusher propeller scout aircraft engaging a high-speed modern-day jet fighter. It's not in a great position, and it's a pain in the ass for me because I am engaging it with one of the most ass-blastingly cantankerous aiming systems in any aircraft game I think I've ever actually encountered, frankly. Oh, it's moving rather erratic. I'm wondering if I blew up some control surfaces there. Yeah? Judging by the drastic spins it's making, I do indeed think I might have damaged something vital on it. Clearly not vital enough to have it impact the ground, however, which is kind of, you know, the point and purpose of this. Alright, we've got IR missiles coming in. Start deploying countermeasures. There we go. It looks like the cricket is about to get help. I don't like that.
Missile alert.
Out of flares. Right, well, so I die. At least the cricket died as well, but yeah, I got sniped by something a million miles away using IR, and with no flares left, there you go. Okay, like, again, my Jesus, I so want to strangle the aiming system in this game. I so badly want to strangle the aiming system. Oh my god. Okay, do you have enough to get one of the big ones? I do now, I think. Yes, okay. Nuclear weapons restricted. That's unfortunate. But I do now have some cruise missiles that I can play around with, so let's do that. I wonder if there is... There isn't. I don't think there is. There isn't, no. No. There is only the dead zone. Oh god, I hate the dead zone. I hate the dead zone. And I get that they're trying to basically try and simulate a joystick is the essential goal of it, right? And I understand that, I even sympathize with that to some degree, but oh boy, they need like actual, just proper, normal mouse controls. So badly. So badly. Alright, is that a taxiway or a runway to my right there? I'm going to assume runway. This is single player. I do believe there is basic multiplayer in the game at the moment, but it's basically just the same mission. Like, oh my god, I'm apparently not completely on the hardtack. There we go. Swing my massive bomber ass onto this. No, I think this is a taxiway. Okay, well, we're going to use the taxiway as a runway because, you know what? Sometimes you've got to live a little bit on the edge, okay? That's just how it is. I am actually thinking that if this becomes a thing that we play properly, I'm just going to have to grab my HOTAS and plug that in because... my good God almighty Jesus on a cracker, the mouse controls hurt my butthole tremendously, and I hate whoever made them quite a bit. Right. Well, successful takeoff from the taxiway there. Brilliant. Nothing wrong with that. I do believe, I don't know if it comes with full HOTAS support, but I believe at least their goal is to give it full HOTAS support, so... tentative yes on that. Tentative yes. A keyboard cannot do it justice. No, like, oh my god, like, it is fucking painful using this system. It hurts. I try to avoid using it whenever I can, just using the WASD keys, etc., and QE for my rudder. But whenever you need to do minute adjustments, you kinda gotta use this system, and oi. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oliver Nord donates 5 Canadian dollars, say, following up on your pesky adblock video, I think my adblock got updated to block YouTube pop-up to warn against adblock. Escalation? I imagine YouTube is gonna view it in that light, yes. Like, YouTube is gonna see that and be like, okay, bitches. and then they're going to do something, and then the ad blocker is going to do something to counter the do something, and that's just kind of going to be how it's going to work from now on. It's just going to be a constant little dumbass arms race between the two. Right, we've got a radar truck 51 kilometers over there. We have a radar station over there with an AA system in front of it. I don't think my cruise missile is going to be able to take that. Although, we'll plonk 2 cruise missiles in its general direction and we'll see. Because I'm kind of interested. We've got another one over there. We're going to plonk 2 more cruise missiles in its general direction. And we're going to save the rest for the little airbase here, which I don't think will get much done against, honestly, because there was a lot of AA there, which means that there's going to be a lot of intercept. But we are going to lock up our targets. And like that. And we are going to let the rest of our weapons off the leash. At the moment, the weapons mostly just spawn below your aircraft rather than, you know, actually deploying from a hangar. But again, you know, early access and all that. We must excuse the video game. It's little foibles here and there. I would also love a runway indicator. By God, I would love a runway indicator. Because right now, you've kind of got to zoom in on the map and then get like a generalized estimate of where the runway is. An ability to superimpose the runway over the factional markings. Because you can see in the bottom left corner there, I can kind of see the runway. Oh, hello. Somebody objected to me trying to bomb their airbase, it seems like. And we got the air mobile defense, and presumably with it, the AA vehicle nearby. Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. We're gonna turn around and have another go at that. And the blue icons are actually overlapping the runway, making it very difficult to tell whether or not I'm actually heading towards the runway or not. Which is a pinch unfortunate. Right. And another one. Damn, the cruise missiles actually hit something. Nice. The ones going towards the runway intercepted 3 of the cruise missiles. But we got the large factory. Nice. Another cruise missile and a medium aircraft hangar and a hardened aircraft shelter. Well, that worked out a lot better than it had any right to do. I'm going to say that my cricket raid earlier today was the reason for that. Knocking out that one radar AA with a point-blank range suicidal optical missile run. That was the reason why we could carry out that brilliant cruise missile strike right there. Yes. That is my reason and my rationale, and I am sticking to it. I'm coming on far too much to the right, aren't I? Okay, we'll just have to adjust that a little bit as we come in. I would also quite love it if the blue tactical icons would fuck off when I'm trying to land. It's like, would you like to see the ground or the runway? Well, tee-hee, that's very unfortunate, because we're going to be here now, and we're big and blue. Yes. Yes, in fucking dude, you are big and blue. Right, we're getting down to...
engine fire.
Okay,
Right
again,
fire.
That isn't the fucking altimeter, is it? 146 meters. Okay, that is not the altimeter. Is that the altimeter? Ah, is that the... God damn it. I wish it would just say altimeter. Well, we're on the ground. We had a successful sortie. Okay, this is fine. This is entirely fine. Any landing you can walk away with, etc. Yeah? Brilliant. Perfect. Absolutely and unquestionably ideal, in my opinion. Oh. Another happy landing. Nuclear weapons have been authorized. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You don't say. Do I have the rankings to load some of those on my aircraft? I do. Nuclear cruise missiles. Why don't we land on some nuclear cruise missiles? I think that's a fantastic fucking idea. Maybe we'll use the runway this time. So John says, of 10 euros, have you checked out Infinite Battlescape? It sounds like this, but in space. Seamless transition from space to ground combat. Also missed last super chat from the end of the last Dead Space stream. Did I? Are you sure? You imagine that I miss a lot of things, Sajad. Are you certain? Are you absolutely certain? I'll go back and look for it then. Once I manage to get off the ground. Did I? I think I looked. Animate Acumen donates $5 to say, is it morally or correct to piss off people on Twitter? I think so. I believe so too. It seems to be a human right, actually. Animate Acumen donates another $5 also to say, they didn't object to your run, they just came to say hello. Oh god, oh darn it, my mouse, I moved my mouse! God! And then we point our nose a little bit up. Matthias Svezek donates 50 check-ins. Give them hell out. You can become the true ghost of Kiev. The true ghost of Kiev. That was a cute story, and obviously a fabrication from about 5 seconds after. R, that's the why would you call the altimeter R? What is wrong with you people? Gosh darn, why? Why, oh heavens, oh why? Oh. Infinity Battlescape. I need to look at that later. Right, we now have nuclear cruise missiles loaded. They have a 20-kilometer radius, so they're not as cute as other cruise missiles, but still, you know, we're going to need to get within 20 kilometers. We are 40 kilometers away from all of that nonsense, but we did knock out some radar in the area, so we might be able to get a little bit of altitude. That would be cute as well. That'll also give me an opportunity. Let's see. Are you sure, Sajad? The last space.
Service guarantees citizenship.
I don't see any donations from you on the Dead Space stream. Are you certain? Or are you brain damaged? You might be. Night Shroud did donate $2 to ask Play Pray, which again we'll do some sort of thing to see what people would like for the horror games to be. I'm working on a system for that, which I will announce at some point in the far future. There will be a system. There will be rules. There will be regulations. There will be all kinds of cute things. They're also mentioning that they're going to do detailed interiors as well, by the way, so it won't... I mean, honestly, I think this is fine, to be fair. It's like, this is a bit derpy, sure, but this is fine. I also want them to add in, like, gunner positions as well. That'd be great. So you can play a helicopter, for example, and there will actually be somebody on the helicopter gun controls, you know? That'd be absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. Right, we've got a helipad. I don't care about the helipad, necessarily. Harden aircraft bunker thingity-bob. Okay. Right, we've got a couple of shelters over there. Right, and we're gonna get within 20 kilometers, then we're gonna fire the cruise missiles first. I'm expecting the radar missile warning to... Hello. To start blaring in my ear very, very soon. Right, let's release the cruise missiles. Then we're going to clear that up, and we're going to get some targets for the nuclear bombs. There, level up so we get clear releases. Release the nuclear cruise missiles. And then we are going to turn around and leave before they impact. Alright, and we can see on the map as the weapons begin to approach. Now, we've fired the cruise missiles first in the hopes that they will provide a cover, so that the cruise missiles will be shot down and not the nuclear missiles. That is at least the general hope and idea. So far, all weapons are intact, heading towards target. Alright, one cruise missile was intercepted. Rest of the missiles are getting to target, and there we go. Beautiful, beautiful mushroom clouds. Goodbye, airbase.
Missile alert.
Oh, fuck you, air defenses. You cannot ruin this moment for me. Ah. Delectable. Nice triumphant music as well, as the mushroom clouds can be seen off there in the distance. Ah, there you go. Oh man, I am so loving the idea of this game. So much. I am loving the idea of this game so unbelievably, incredibly much. Like, man, imagine, like, big lobbies of this. Like, you've got, like, 5 or 10 people a team, right? And you've got, like, wings of bombers with air support moving in against enemy targets as you need to overwhelm, like, massed AI air defenses. Oh, it's great. It is such a cool idea. You can't even see the target still on my camera there. It's still covered in nuclear fog and smoke at the moment. Oh, look at that. Is that not just the most adorable thing ever? Ah. That is just adorable.
Missile alert.
Seriously, could you stop it with the radar missiles? Cease. I'm far away. You can't hit me. I'm safe from your nonsense. Now, yes, that sort of means I won, yes, because the, well, it isn't the only enemy airbase. I think there's like 3 major enemy airbases or something, but that's one major enemy airbase turned into absolute dust. And that was one of the least defended airbases as well, mind you. Right, we'll try to set her down as well. Why not? I think landing is the thing I've been struggling with most here. And obviously you'll need to add in like an economy system, right, where calling in an aircraft costs X amount, loading it up with nuclear weapons costs X amount, etc. So that you can't simply just have everyone jump in a bomber immediately and unleash like 50-odd bombs against the enemy target and just wipe it off the map in one enormous fuck-off wave of death and destruction. Ah. I love the idea of this game so much, though. So goddamn much. Alright, let's see. The airstrip is allegedly over there somewhere. Again, man, would I love some sort of actual indicator as to where aforementioned airstrip is. We are moving at 800 kilometers, which is a bit snappy, a bit nippy, frankly, for a landing approach. So we're going to do some maneuvers to try and bleed off a bunch of that. 600, better. Still not great or ideal, but better. Like, there's the indicator. Mountain Airbase, 7 kilometers. Where precisely? Well, you see, it's kind of sort of and a little bit buried underneath all of these blue icons. Okay. Could you turn on the landing lights for me? They're already on. What? Yeah, they're obscured by the blue bits. Ah, fuck. Yes. Yes, more or less. Right, 174 meters. I'm coming in more or less center. We're falling by 2 to 3 meters. Let's slow that rate of descent a little bit. 300 kilometers. Fast, but not absurdly so. We're going to need to lift our nose a pinch. Better. Yeah, slightly on fire, but so what? Another successful
Left
landing.
Engine fire. Right engine fire.
Engine fire, schmire. What's successful sortie? See? There we go. Did I lower the gears? I thought I lowered the gears. Are you sure I didn't lower the gears? I believe I would have noticed if I didn't lower the gears. I hope I would have noticed if I didn't lower the gears. So that airbase is now a smoking crater. There's still one left over there, and there's another bigger one over there as well. A brilliant, brilliant landing. At the moment, there's only, I think there's only like 5 aircraft in the game. You've got the Cricket, the super cheap little scout flyer. You've got the Compass, which is a ground attacker mostly, but it can also do a little bit of dogfighting, of course. Then you have the Chichani, which is an attack helicopter. You've got the Revoker, which is your air superiority fighter. And you've got the Dark Reach, which is your strategic bomber. No ground combat available at the moment, but as you can see, there are actually ground vehicles as well. And what I really want to see in the future is like giant factories that are just going to produce like armies of these things that will continuously move towards the enemy. Basically make it into almost a little bit of a tower defense game, right? And then you could also add in, so you can see like pilots over there, you could add in like a rescue opportunity as well. So that if you're in a helicopter, you might have a search and rescue helicopter, which will regain X amount of points if they can recover the downed pilots and so on. Like there's so many cool things you could do with this game. So many cool things that I am super looking forward to seeing this develop throughout early access. Let's have a look at the... where was it? Development roadmap here. So, this is the development roadmap, coming soon. Expanded mission editor. There is already a mission editor in the game, so the community can make their own missions. Fantastic. Additional ground units, improved controller support. God help me, yes. Multiplayer text chat, more destructible interactable environment, balance tweaks for existing content, more official missions, additional graphics options, detailed cockpits for the aircraft, and audio improvement. Honestly, the audio is already pretty good in my opinion. In development, ECM, Electronic Warfare. Yes, fantastic. Track IR implementation. Oh, God help me. That's going to give some people an advantage. Ships. Beautiful. Seed, anti-radiation missiles. Directed energy weapons. Ooh. Oh, lasers. Modding support. Campaign system. Yes. Absolutely yes. Graphical improvements. AI improvements. Are you sure you want to improve the AI much more? Concept stage, multi-role, VTOL, and utility aircraft. Again, like, make it so that you need to create, like, a supply system, forward bases. Oh, yes. Drones, VR implementation, more weapon types, additional maps, larger nuclear weapons. Yes. And modding support. God fucking yes, if this game becomes a bit of a success and gets a vibrant modding community, 40k mods, Star Trek mods, Star Wars mods, oh, fucking God, yes. Like, if this becomes a solid enough framework, this could be the video game of all our dreams. Unironically, it could be. Imagine 40k in this with Marauders and Thunderbolts and Lightnings and Lehman Russes and APCs, etc. Or a Star Wars with TIE Fighters and X-Wings. Oh my God. I'm really excited for this game. I am really legitimately stupid excited for this game. Now, of course, again, to, throw a little bit of water on everybody's excitement, it is an early access game. It is receiving rave reviews at the moment, but it's also a very niche game, so We'll see. It might simply be strangled in its crib because it doesn't have development funds, be choked to death or something. Anything can happen. The development team that presumably consists of one Slavic person in his basement could be run over by a speeding bus. But still, man, this has got so much goddamn potential. I mean, I would even love, like, a ground mode here, where you can play as the ground vehicles, right? Ah, that too would be great, too. Like, massive multi-operations where you can play as, like, the little vehicles there. You can, of course, obviously play as the aircraft derp. Like, engaging in massive combined ground and air battles, where you can build bases on the map. Maybe you can create, like, forward operations fire centers. Maybe you can have artillery. Oh.
Service guarantees citizenship.
There is so much cool shit you can do with this. So much cool shit you can do with this. So John, doing his final, say 9 minutes from the end of the last stream. Have you checked out the Star Trek Stellaris game? I have not, but I saw Kyle playing it, and it looked like absolute complete garbage. So, yeah. I'm looking, so John, I don't know what to tell you. It's not on my back end. I can see Real Holsnader, Nice Shroud, Desert Hamster, Missy Luckless, and Texan Bull, Crowner, Sandu, Motulio. It might have been yeeted by YouTube. Entirely possible. Or it might be the fact that my backend isn't updating correctly. That's an alternative. That has happened as well. But, yeah, I can't see it. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. I know, nice and short. Damn it. Oh. 10 months free super chats. I can see 10-month free super chat. I can see 10 month. I can see, you can see it. Can you see it? Because I can't see it. Oh, God help me. It's probably YouTube being retarded. If you had a question, ask it now, and I'll answer it, of course. Because I'll be wrapping it up in the next few moments. I'll give you some time to respond, of course, and then we'll wrap it up. And we'll be raiding into Kibbs, who's doing his big sponsored stream for Galactic Civilization. So again, don't miss that. We'll also have a little conversation with Chat Diversity later tonight, which will also roll into Kyle's stream as we're driving some traffic for little Kib. We want to make his stream nice and successful so that he can get in deep with the Galactic Civilization people and turn them to our meat puppets. Yes. Monthly membership messages seem to be a little hard to find if you miss them. They do, because I don't know if they show up. Oh, was it a monthly membership? Because that might not show up on the back end. I don't think YouTube tracks those. Yes, because I think that's one of the things that YouTube doesn't track properly. Christian Brown knows to don't say to the best streamer, have MW on me. Thank you very much. So John, I was mentioning that you were wasting so much ammo because of the lack of difficulty, but nothing serious. Wasting ammo? I was buying the ammo I could, but they've got countermeasures too, and they were being mean to me. And the Real Holsnader donates $10 to say, Project Exodus tried to attack one of my bases. I responded with destroying every hab around Mercury. Fair is fair. They had Rattler missiles. I got plasma. Yep. See, God, Terra Invicta really needs to buff the human AI bad, because by the time you're building Titans, like continent-sized Starship, they're still on fucking Corvettes. They're like, I've just investigated into missile technology. Because they spend all of their research on Earth instead. They focus all of their efforts on fucking the player, rather than trying to, I don't know, get out into space, where the video game is. Anyways. Well, we will indeed now, finally, almost, Real Holstein Don't Stoodle say, did you see Sitch and Adam debate about AI art? I did not. But we will be talking about AI art today as well. Animate acumen, firing ammo is fun, there is no waste. Correct, firing ammo is fun, and therefore it cannot be wasteful. Right. I do believe that is everything. Let me just double check, as YouTube has been derpy and idiotic with the super chat. No, I don't think so. Good. Alright. Do go and say hello to little Kibby then. Little Kibbyton. Little Kibbyton. He is a woman of sensitive, posteriors, you see, and must be petted frequently and gently. Until next time, have a good day.